Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Crusader Kings 3 and our Roman Hellenism playthrough. So, in the last episode, as we left, we had just, well, we hadn't just, but we'd continued our invasion of the island of Corsica. Now, we've now pushed the Arcanate of Corsica right to the northern tip of the island, which hopefully, if all goes well, will be ours as well by the end of this episode, and we'll give it off to our little friend here in the county of Vecchio, who we shall make into a duchy. So we'll have the Duchy of Corsica and the Duchy of Sardinia under our control, whilst I will hold the regnum of Sicily, or sorry, not Sicily, Sardinia. So that's one of our goals for today. The other goal, which is a bit more of a stretch, is we started to invade Italy from the south up to the north, and we've captured the county of Teramo and Abruzzi. Now, I want to continue this venture further north into Spoleto and Fermo to try and capture this mountain range here. If we can capture Ancona, we'll consolidate the lands and truly be a little bit more of a force to be reckoned with. However, there is one major issue with that idea, and that is that Italy is now allied with France. And as you can see, France is a much... In fact, bloody hell, they've expanded quite significantly since I last saw them. They did not own all of this. So yeah, as you can see, France is pretty damn powerful at the moment. Sort of rivaling the Byzantine Empire, they are very, very strong. And obviously allied with King Federico of Italy. And they're, well, he's fairly old. And the King of Italy is 18, so... You know, actually, that's not too bad. King of France might die soon. 54, and he's disfigured. He's a drunkard. That's it. That's all he's got against him. So his health's fine. Had a bad omen. Reinvigorating friendship. So he's not the best in the world, you know. We can definitely bring him down a peg. So he might die. But anyway. Oh, well done, England. No. Sorry, I just saw Elland. And I saw red. I'd assumed they managed to make it over there, but they haven't. A lot of red up there. Right, anyway, so the goal is for what we're going to try and do. Obviously, we can't get Corsica, so we're going to attempt... Sorry, we can get Corsica, but we can't get Italy. What we're going to attempt to do is try and capture the holy site of Carthage, which means invading the Mohammedan Emirate. Bloody hell. Got there in the end, anyway. Yeah, so we're going to try and capture the northern coast of Tunis. Now, they have a few allies, but none of them are particularly strong. And what we might be able to do is establish quite a nice forward operating base in Africa by conquering this sort of horn, this corner here, which I think we can do quite successfully because none of these counties seem to be that strong. They do have allies and obviously 6,000 men, plus probably what will be a holy order. There may be a force to be reckoned with, but some of these others, 2,000 men. You've got to take into consideration that most of these guys are going to have that holy order that we've seen and fought before, which mostly consists of cataphracts and camels, so it can be overcome. But yeah, we're going to see what we can do. First things first, we're going to try and capture all of Corsica. There is actually the option to offer vassalage, but because we're a completely different faith, there's just no way he's going to accept that. Anyway, we'll get things kicked off and started. We still have the option of forming a holy order, but I'm not too keen on it still, but we'll see. Now, obviously, we've discovered two schemes here. Not a whole lot we can do about them, really. I don't really know how to counter discovered secret schemes, other than to just set my spy master into disrupting. It is my daughter... Oh, funny enough that I should say it. It is my daughter-in-law Petra that is plotting against my son Leontius. So now I know that. My daughter-in-law, who Prince Leo of Sicily, is not my heir. But who's she targeting? Isn't Numerian. So all of my heirs, I think, have the name Numerian. I am Numerian, my son is Numerian, and his son and heir is also Numerian. I kind of like what we're doing here with the names. I don't hate it, you know. We're all kind of sticking to the same name, which makes it very easy to identify who's the heir, especially when they all have like 10 kids each. I kind of like it. Might stick with it. We have 1,000 gold almost. Not a whole lot to upgrade. Obviously, we're getting a few of these duchy buildings constructed, which is good for us. Unfortunately, I was a bit stupid and didn't realise that I actually need to have the duchy title to make the buildings. For some reason, I thought being king would sort of overrule the duchy title. So actually, there isn't much sense. I do still want to keep Cagliari because it produces so much money. But I suppose to keep him happy, I should probably just give it away. I think I can have 3 duchies. It's a bit of a risk doing it, because if I'm wrong, then I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot a little bit. We can definitely give Rossano away. Comada, I think, falls under Salerno. So it's either the duchy here in Trani, Bari, and I guess Lecce must be part of it, right? Duchy of Apulia. So that's probably a better one than the Duchy of Napoli. That's what it is. Duchy of Capua. I don't know. Again, there's also the duchy here, which is probably the one I'm going to want. So maybe creating a duchy there is not the best idea, and saving it until I can create a duchy here, because I think that will consolidate these 3 counties, which will obviously be much better to have. The game's paused again. Patronella Duquid is married. Let's form an alliance. He's 57. He's 18, so that's probably better. I didn't realise I still... Incest? Really? Oh, screw it. Go for it. It's a long-lasting alliance, that's all that matters. Yeah, sorry. I completely didn't realise that I have a whole bunch of prisoners in here. I should try and recruit some of these people. I can't imagine many of them are going to be going for a high price. And also, I don't actually need the money. I mean, it's welcome. I just don't particularly need it. What I do want is as many courtiers as I can possibly have, so that I have as many options for council roles as possible. And also now we can field... I thought we could field a lot more knights because we were getting those buildings done, but I suppose not all of them are actually finished. Once Benevento's done, it will grant us 2 more knights, and it's very nearly done. How's that going? Household Soldiers is also nearly completed. Once we do that, we can get our first... Oh, sorry, I completely ignored this. I have to kind of accept that. Ah, apparently I pressed the wrong thing. Oops. Got these 2 hiding in a pantry. A courtier, grandson, Duquid. He's not a Numerian, so to be honest, I don't much care what he gets. I'm not going to get stress over it. He can be temperate. Still a good trait to have. There's nothing wrong with it. Son and heir's 40 years old. He's gout-ridden. I think I knew that already. He's gout-ridden and blind in one eye. But he does have the trait quick. Please tell me. Damn it, that didn't pass on. That's a shame. Did anybody get that? She's doing well. I don't think anyone got that trait, you know. Ooh. Having clicked on him, nobody got that trait. Unbelievable. Having clicked on him, I just realised there is something very important I need to do. Disinherit. Only takes 75 renown. Okay, I thought it cost more. But that is good. That is now sorted, so we don't have to worry about the kingdom splitting if me and my son die at the same time, which can happen, and has happened to me before. People don't like me because I disinherit my children, but to be honest, I don't care. I'm saving the country from endless civil war. So let's be honest. Am I really the bad guy? Maybe to my sons. But who cares about them? I have way too many of them. 3 years left in converting Bari. You're not converting culture. I don't know when that ended. That's my bad. Yes, we've got a lot to convert now. We had actually caught up, but fortunately we've kind of relapsed a little bit. I suppose I should probably start converting the Isle of Sardinia. We are expanding maybe a little too quickly. Popular figurehead, good. We're nearly at the end of the stewardship tree, although I feel like we might not actually make it. When will that truce end with Corsica? Let's have a look. Has it just ended by any chance? No. Should be in here, right? For 4 years, ending in 986. Okay, so that's going to go on for some time. Military schools constructed in Benevento. Septimius is swayed. He is at plus 71, so that can probably stop. And is there anyone else that I actually need to sway to my liking? Baronessa of Maratea. Yeah. Amalfi, Taranto. So the barons don't really like me too much. But they're not that powerful, so I'm not too fussed about being friendly with them. It's more the feudal vassals that are important. We've got a 17 here. Duchess Lucilla, so we'll probably try and sway her a little bit if I have the option. I don't, because she is a child. I didn't realise. Sorry. My bad. We've got 1,200 gold, so that's good for us. If we do get any serious wars occur, we can hire a good amount of mercenaries with that. We'll keep an eye on Italy as long as we can. So obviously, that's a big problem, and I do want to continue my invasion into their lands. The papacy has no allies, but obviously they will call an absurd amount of holy orders to their side. So it might say 5,000, but what it means is about 15,000 of heavy infantry. So I think there's not really much left to do. I can't invade the Byzantine Empire because that's just not a war we're ever going to win, especially when he has an ally. I mean, crikey. Very strange ally, to be honest. Herculius. Yep, go for it. You can name them whatever you want. They're not heirs to the kingdom, so I truly don't care. It is my right and responsibility to determine what coinage is to be used throughout all of Sicily. The choices I make will determine how the coinage, and by extension the realm, is seen throughout the world. Mint silver coins to facilitate trade. Development growth 5%. Increase our prestige. Or try and fake everyone with a nickel. Gain more money. And also, I mean, there's 0% chance everyone learns how cheap they are. It's going to get me money and also the development. So, I feel like, as much as it's cheeky, let's do it, right? I mean, we may as well. It's going to save us a lot. Gives us stewardship experience. I see no downsides yet of doing that. And I wonder where they're going. Raiders of Tortoli. They've got, unless they're going there, got no real enemies. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, let's mount our invasion. Like I said, we can't invade Byzantine. We can't invade Corsica for another 3 years. And we can't invade Italy. Venice is a bit far away. So let's try and capture the holy site of Carthage. We're going to start this war. They have 2 allies, 2,500 men. They're currently in a war or something's going on. They seem to be losing a lot. Now, I can actually fight for the duchy. However, time to write this wrong. No, that seems to just cause issues. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it won't be a lot anyway. Yeah, so I could fight for the duchy, but I don't actually think that's doing anything. We may as well just fight for the county, because, yeah. So the duchies are county-sized, except for that bottom one, which I think incorporated the 2. Why has that gone down? I don't know why that's gone down. I'll have to have a look in a second. Why has... Alright. What happened? Who died? What's happened? Come on, tell me. I should be... Right? Unless she's... Why has that gone down? King 3, Roman 1, Stewardship 4. New Oracle. Does he endorse us? He does. Although... Yeah, so that's something I've noticed every time. Whenever there's a new Oracle, the amount of tax and levies from the temples seem to be a lot lower. And not just like a little bit, I mean significantly lower. And they gradually build back up, so that's interesting. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out why the hell I've just lost nearly 2,000 men and one of my holdings. Even though nothing happened that should have caused that. I do need to actually raise my armies. But yeah, I can't figure that out. I'm really confused as to why that's happened. There's no good reason as to why I should have lost stewardship. At least not that I can think of. But now I'm losing 20% of my levies, so I guess maybe it's time to give back Rossano. I mean, I really don't want to, but it is going to cause me issues. And when I pass on, obviously my son isn't going to be able to have as many, as much anyway. So I guess, let's pass it along. Let's grant it to you so you can have your duchy that you want so badly. Goodbye, Rossano. You will be replaced with something better, I promise. Have it back. I mean, that's going to lose us men, but also hopefully gain us men. I'm not sure. We'll have to see in a minute. But we've just gone down from 8,000 to... Okay, it's going back up. I'm happy with 7,000. That's not awful. I want to know why we've dropped from 8,000 though. There's no way Rossano was providing me with 1,000 men. Tarkan, adequate bargainer. That's good. I mean, as long as my sons still do get good skills, that doesn't mean they can't be put to good use. Still have them doing other important roles. Anyway, let's get over here. It's going to cost us 69 gold. Should possibly raise all forces. Merge. Get over there. Land straight at Tunisia. So they've got 2 actual castles here. I've got to take over both. Oh, I'm an idiot. Of course I know why. I don't know why that's changed, but I know why the numbers have gone down so much. Because of the new oracle. That doesn't explain why the... That doesn't explain that bit, though. So it does explain why my men's dropped so drastically. Right, anyway, what was this? My steward Nemirian has come up with a bold idea of assessing all property in my realm in a single giant survey, creating a definitive record of my holdings. By compiling this knowledge, I would gain better oversight in administrative matters as well as tax collection. I will lose 460 gold. I might gain a stewardship perk. Control increase relative to survey quality. Summary of my holdings should be sufficient. Why bother? My subjects know what they owe me. If the survey is not completed, Numerian declared loses 150. Alright, I'll spend 230 on it. I'm not going to go for the full lot. I know I have an absurd amount of gold, but I would like to try and keep it as high as possible. Thomas Germanus is concerned that my assessors will be a prime target for bandits and thieves. Even an incomplete survey could give criminals valuable information and potential targets they could attack. In order to keep my subjects safe, Germanus recommends sending an armed guard with each assessor. My law is sufficient protection for my subjects. I don't believe that. Organise a militia to guard my assessors. Send a champion with each group. Ugh, that's... yeah, let's do that. Screw it. Got the money. Let's spend the money. Let's do it. Let's get those boys overseas. We're still making... okay, we're not actually making money. We were, and this war won't last long, because we're going to thrash them as soon as my church sorts itself out and starts getting me more money. I mean, I'm not swaying anyone at the moment, so I may as well get him to 100, right? Why not? Greetings, my charming liege. I've been paying my dues to the crown each year, yet just the other day your tax assessors showed up on my doorstep demanding to inspect my holdings. Do you trust me so little that you must send men to invade my privacy? He will lose 10 opinion of me. He's 100, so yeah. Screw it. We need to make sure that everybody is in line. Commander promoted. Good man. I'll take as many commanders as I can get. Especially with fielding 17 of them now. It would be good to have as many prominent ones as possible. Their effectiveness is also far greater. We've lost a few men already. Haven't seen any of the enemy forces though, so they must be at war. Right, rude awakening. While I'm happy to pay my dues, the affairs of the church are inherently a spiritual matter, not a temporal one, and your surveyors have no business being here and disrupting my services. Temples shall be assessed, whether he likes it or not. Stops endorsing you. Ugh. That could be a problem. I will use the sacred chronicles to justify the assessment. I will not be convincing him there. I'm currently in a war, and the survey is not that important. He can go about his business. It's not worth it. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. It's going a little bit too slow on the old siege. Probably because I need mangonels and I don't have them. Great survey. Control level in a JCO will change by plus 20. That's a JCO, right? Is it? No, that's a Pulia. I have no idea where a JCO is. A great survey. After many long months surveying my lands, it's just done. My assessors have compiled a vague estimation of my holdings. While still helpful, my tax collectors will almost certainly miss things when tallying what I am owed. He is dismayed, saying this is not the result he expected. What a waste of time and money. Control level changed by plus 10. Mediocre assessment made. I mean, that's not awful. That's 5%. Fire Numerian. That's alright, mate. He will pay for this failure with his life. Alright, Jesus. No, that's fine. Just a bit of money spent. Not killing anybody. What is going on over here, by the way? Damn right, civil war's going on. Vassal's about to... Oh, to be fair, they should be fighting over that, because he only has one county. Which is very surprising that he's winning. Drusilla. And he's fighting... Avazano. Wait, so he's down here fighting them, and he's up here fighting... Wow, my country's falling apart. Meanwhile, we're in a completely different continent, taking over a holy site. Priorities, right? Family members can get married. Your son and champion, Tarkan Dukid. Let's sort him out quickly then. No spindly, please. We'll go with that. Inbred. Really? Seriously? Ah. 1 stewardship. Oof, no. 20 with an alliance. And no chance of inbred. That's fine. The curse of death. Okay. Has fallen upon my court. A case of smallpox has been discovered. My poor son and heir, Numerian, is fighting for his life. Send for a physician now. Right, that's the marriage proposal. Finally, my servants have found some people who might be fit to serve as the court physician. We will get the most expensive one. There's no issues with that at all. Drusilla. My ailing son, be cautious, do no more than what is necessary. There will be no treatment. The time has come for drastic measures. No, we could kill him. He's already pretty weak. Be cautious. Reduce disease symptoms. Good. He should pull through then. If he does die, it's not the end of the world. It's probably better for the kingdom if he does. He has recovered. But that's still just as good. Doesn't matter too much. 0 will accept. So most likely he will. Inheritable traits. Go for it. Good. So there was only one person that got it, and he seems to be fine. That's everyone married. We've captured all of Tunisia. We're closer to winning the war. Not close enough. That's also going down. I need to figure out what's actually causing it. We also need to try and find their army, because I have no idea where they are. They haven't gone over to the mainland, so they're definitely over there somewhere. I just need to try and find them. Hopefully they're just a little bit further south, but I guess we'll just take over as we go. And I imagine they're in another war, which they are. No, that's mine. So they're at war with each other. Fair enough. But they've also joined them in fighting me. It doesn't make any sense. But each to their own. They're going to try and... Right, they're going to try and relieve the siege up there. So we'll split our forces. And send half of them up here. The half of the cataphracts on plains. I feel like we're going to do very well down here in Africa. It's all pretty flat ground. And our men are going to trample the enemy. Drusus has come of age. He looks like he's going to be a soldier. He is good lad. We'll make him a knight as quick as we can, which we've got 17 of now, by the way. The only a handful of really good ones. 29, 26, 21, 21. Enemy holy order. There we go. That's what we were expecting. So they could pop up anywhere. We need to be careful. That might be a threat. Oh, that actually doesn't matter. We've already won the war. There we go. If anything good was going to happen in this episode, it's definitely that. So we've now captured Tunisia. Unfortunately, we've captured 2 castles, and I can only... Actually, I can't have any. So we need to get rid of them immediately. But on a brighter side of things, we now have the holy site of Carthage, which means all Hellenists have a natural dread of +5. So that's pretty good. That's really good, to be honest. Mount Olympus, that was the one. So there is actually one in Athens. So we've got Rome, and then if we can somehow, because the other 2 holy sites for us are either in Ashari lands, which isn't one thing, but there is a massive empire here, I think, and then potentially another big one here, and then obviously the Byzantines. So it's either one or the other, powerful empire or powerful empire. If we do go for the Byzantines, then there is 2 that we could potentially take over, and that's learning +2 and stewardship +1. So they're both pretty good. Rome gives us development growth +10% and stewardship +1. So they're actually, to be fair, all of them are pretty good. But that is our first one captured, which is good news for us. So let's get our boys disbanded. Let's find a good man to take over. We'll want somebody to... Why are you... Get back there. We can now actually hold them myself, because I can do 10. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give them to somebody. Unless it does just make sense to upgrade them. As I've got the money. Watchtowers. Oh, good. Bari's been converted. So we're starting to look a lot more Hellenic. Which is very good news. We've got a temple here and a temple there. We want to start... I don't know if it really does make a difference, but we want to start converting those regions with temples. I feel like they'll convert quicker because they have the temples. It makes sense to me. I don't know if there's any logic in it. Artifacts have low durability, low color control. In Tunis, I can imprison a Madian. I'm not going to do it because it only ever causes issues. I can marry a lot of people, but I'm going to leave that until I really need it. I suppose I probably should just do it now, really. I am just being lazy. Duchy of Sicily. That's not mine to make, is it? Duchy of Sicily. Oh, that one. Aha. No, I don't need to do it. I mean, I could do it and give it to him, but we may as well take over Syracuse first. But what I am going to do is I'm going to give this to somebody. Crassus Justinian would make for accomplished commander. Is not swayed. I've gained stress. I may need to host a hunt or a feast. 21 martial, 21 prowess. Tough soldier. He is a good commander. Who's this? Demand conversion recruit. Courtiers. Competent fighter. That's the man, isn't it? Gordian. No, that's not the man. He's a good fighter, but that's an outstanding fighter and a good marshal, potentially, should we need one. So let's recruit him in. I now have a huge court of people. A huge court of people. Holy crap. Notable guest has arrived. Recruited that guest. Good. Prisoners. Right, we're going to get him recruited. And let's sort this out because I keep saying it and not doing it. Oh, it's got a special building. What special building could that be? Grand Cathedral. 750 gold. There are some projects I would like to undertake in the county of Palermo. Take the reins. Encouraged improvements. Yeah, go for it. Tax, 2 gold a month. Holding taxes, 20%. Development growth, 20%. Development growth, plus 0.10. Piety, Holy Order, higher cost. Clergy opinion, plus 5. Interesting. To make my Oracle Gracchus more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can compliment in my next missive in his court. Youthful vigour. I will keep it short and professional. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I'm going to just... It did work. I think we're going to stop the swaying process. 67's pretty good. Trained healer, don't need him. Councillor died. Who? Spymaster. That's fine. There we go. We've already got a better one. So what I'm going to do is... He already controls the county. So that's fine. So what we're going to try and do with him is going to try and get him in control of the Duchy of Islid. So we're going to get the... Yeah, well, we're going to capture all this if we can. Obviously, that does mean going to war with them. And they are slightly stronger than what we'd expect. In fact, they can actually field more men than we can currently. But that is due to their allies, which does make them weak. But we can also declare war for the Islid Emirate. So that would work. So we could take it all over it in one go, and then we could make this guy a duchy, a duke, by giving him all of that territory, which would be very handy. We can also have our flag there, so we don't have to march overseas to do it. And we do need to work closer to trying to reform Hellenistic religion, although we will need like 4,000 piety to do it, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do that in one life, unless I make a crap ton of churches, which is equally as difficult to do. But at the moment, what do we need to be doing? We need to be declaring war against Italy, but we can't. Or yes, we can, because they've lost their alliance with France. France is also in a civil war. And I'm assuming it's because he died. Good. Right. Emperor Louise. Okay. So I can actually declare war. I can declare war on Corsica. Let's do that first. Let's finish off Corsica. We've also just got the fascination household soldiers. So we need to pause. Got a few things to do to just finish up. What we're going to do is we've captured Tunis, which is excellent news. We're going to move our rally flag up here. I'm going to finish off Corsica, and then we know for the next episode what I can start doing is start chipping away at Italy once again. I'm now free to do so, which will be very, very good. So here's what we're going to do. Sorry about that. I just got distracted. What was I saying? So what we're going to do is... Oh, come on. Come on. Brain, come back to me. Come back to me. Come back to me. Where was I just going with that? I had an idea. I didn't have an idea. That was it. Something just finished. That was it. Brain fart moment. There we go. So we've just got household soldiers, which means now we can increase the amount of men-at-arms we have. It says +3, although I don't know how that translates, because it's not always true. +3 would be a large amount of men, but I don't think we can. Oh no, I'm wrong. It is +3. Jesus, has that been available the whole time? To 10. I could have 500 cataphracts. Ooh, I like the sound of that. 500 cataphracts, 1,000 armoured footmen. No, awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on battlements or bailiffs. Bailiffs gives us an increased domain limit. No, battlements. Battlements gives us more buildings because at the moment we're a little bit stumped and we can't actually upgrade anything. We need to be able to upgrade things, but we are going to do. So I can now create a new men-at-arms regiment. The one reason I am a little bit against creating onagers is because they are slow, and I could have a lot more men, but with all the wars we've been fighting, we haven't been able to take down the cities as quick as our enemies, and that's one of our biggest disadvantages. They're able to conquer our walls a lot quicker than we are, and we do need onagers at some point. So I can't keep going infantry, because these walls are just going to get stronger and stronger. And until I actually have some form of catapults, it's going to take me too long to get through them. And it might even cost us wars in the future. So I'm going to have to bite the bullet and form onagers here. They're effective up to siege level, fort level 5. So we'll have to swap them out for mangonels. Is it worth it then, actually? Is it even worth it? Because fort level 5 is sort of like Salerno. That's about, I think it's about 500 siege strength. And my men can conquer that. Although a little bit slower, yeah, sure. But they can still manage that. No, I'll stick to it. I'll make them for now. As soon as we've got mangonels, I'll just destroy them and then bring back mangonels. We'll increase it because Why the hell wouldn't we? And then we'll give every unit a top up, because otherwise it's going to cost me a little fortune. But there we go. We'll boost everyone. That gets us down to 1,000. I'll try not overdo it, because it is going to affect my money now. And that's the other thing. Yeah, I can't increase my monthly income anymore, because I simply can't build anything. So I do... Whoa, 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 whoa. What have you done there? Sardinian? Hang on a minute. Not happy about that. You've changed your culture. Oh, you were supposed to do it the other way round, you arsehole. God damn it. Culture Sardinian. That's fine. I mean, I can still forcefully convert the culture there. I suppose I'm going to have to do now. Damn it. Alright. Yeah, we can now nearly field 9,000 men. With 17 champions. We're looking very, very strong. 6,000 levies. I mean, even that, to be fair, actually. 6,000 levies is pretty powerful. 1,500 coming out of the church. I suppose there is actually one thing I can do. I can boost my income, because I can start funding the buildings of new churches, which I should have been doing, really. And also, I keep calling them churches. They're not. They're temples. We're Hellenists, not Christians. Don't be ridiculous. My son and best friend, Prince Leo. Go ahead, man. You take over diplomacy affairs for me. Right. Are my guys already? They are. Hopefully with these new onagers, we should wipe out their siege defences. I've done that in the wrong order. Sorry, boys. Meant to do that first. Declare war. Let's wipe out Corsica and install a new Duke of the island of Corsica. Hopefully, the quicker we do this. Independence faction. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Not happening. I'll make sure to convert her capital county next. And also, they haven't even formed an army. I don't think they're going to try and fight back. It's because they have 3 soldiers. What happened to their men? Well, there you go. We should fly through that. That'll be ours in no time. Just out of curiosity, what is the siege progress? 3.5 a day. Damn! Talk about timing. Bugger. Okay. Rex Numerian I of Sicily has crossed the river Styx at 65 years old. He has died of old age, an old man. He lived a long, fulfilling life. Rex Numerian ascends to the throne, being both thrifty and frugal. The realm will surely prosper under his rule. Well then. I suppose it makes sense for me to leave it there. We're not going to be able to do a whole lot with Rex Numerian II because he is 46. Now, it doesn't make him old, but he's also gout-ridden and he's only got one eye, so I don't think he's going to survive too long. So we'll try and be... you know, whatever I say I'm going to do, I probably will end up doing the complete opposite. What I was going to hope to do is be a little bit more conservative. We'll play a little bit more defensive because he could drop dead at any moment. But also... the only thing I can really do to build up the kingdom is to build up new towns and temples. Now, we do have a lot of space to do that, so maybe that's something I should do. But yeah, this will be interesting. So we're taking over as Numerian. It's always interesting when somebody dies and you have to take over. And this arsehole down here has just started a faction for independence. So there's a good chance we're looking at a war coming our way. Although it hasn't said that the church doesn't endorse us anymore. So I have a feeling he might be quite well respected already, which is good for us. Especially as he is old, he should have good relations with people, but we'll have to probably fix quite a few of them. But anyway, that's for the next episode. So as always, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please leave a thumbs up if you have. And as always, if you're new to this channel, please make sure you do subscribe. And for the rest of you, get down in those comments. As always, I want to hear from you. Other than that, I will catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Goodbye.